You hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, a fire, dancing through the fire. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me Now I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I earned my stripes. I went from zero to my own hero. You held me down, but I got up. Already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, a fire, dancing through the fire. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. Cause I am a champion, and you're breath. Scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. There's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for living. Make a little space, make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. We're afraid to stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world, make a better world. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough, a place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the one we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling when this earth crucify its soul? Though it's plain to see this world is heavenly. Love, fly so high, let our spirit never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if you care enough for living. Make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying.
Let us pray, please. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Heavenly Father, we come to you this afternoon with a heart of gratitude. A heart that says, thank you, Lord, for the school year 2021-2022. We recognize, dear God, that over this year we have been in person and we are saying thank you. We get to this stage and we recognize that all of our students are with us, and so we say thank you, Lord. All of our parents are here today, and for that we give you thanks as well. All of our staff members survived the year, and so God, we say thank you. And so as we gather this afternoon, dear God, in this in-person ceremony, to celebrate with our graduates, once again we say thank you for bringing them safely through the year. We thank you, dear God, that we were able to impart knowledge to them. We thank you, dear God, that you would have touched their brains so that they were able to retain some things, so that as we tested, we can see what they know. And we pray, dear God, that as a foundation would have been built in their primary school years, and they have come to the end of that form of education, that they would recognize that the foundation has been set. And we pray, dear God, that as they move on to secondary education, that they would continue to build on that foundation so that they can be successes hereon. We ask, dear God, that as you have been with us throughout the year, and that you are with us today, and as we acknowledge your presence, we ask, dear God, that you would calm the nerves of everyone who will be participating in an individual role. The nerves of all those who would be participating in a global role. And we pray, dear God, that you would just touch the lips of our speakers, and that you touch the ears of all of us who are in the audience, so that as we come to the end of this graduation, indeed we can say, it was good that we were here to be a part of it. And so the entire proceedings I put into your hands, and we ask that you'd continue to guide, continue to strengthen, continue to bless, in Jesus' name.
We will now have the national anthem by Zavion Mills. will now have our welcome by Travincia. Oh yes, you guys can sit, I'm so sorry.
Hello everyone, it's so great to see all of you, parents, friends, family members, and our specially invited guests. Sit up and relax. Don't be afraid to clap or even shout a name. It's time to celebrate. So let's get excited and celebrate the graduates. Welcome.
Your Honor, Mrs. Hailita Leiber, Deputy Governor General, Mr. Kevin Barrett, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Ms. Zanella Claxton, Principal Education Officer, Father Peter, our school chaplain, other members of the clergy, Mr. Carlisle Powell, patron and volunteer coach at the Nevis Academy, Mrs. Nicole Lawrence, our keynote speaker, Mrs. Angela Henville, board representative, principals of our various schools, principal, staff, and students of the Nevis Academy, the graduating class of 2022, parents, and well-wishers. A pleasant good afternoon is wished to all. As you know, we are here to celebrate the most joyous occasion of the graduation and promotion of our 2022 class. Before we continue, however, with today's proceedings, I'd like to share some brief remarks with our graduates. During your time at the Nevis Academy, you've learned many great lessons. You've learned your country's history, you've learned conversational Spanish, you've even gotten an idea of who and what you'd like to be when you grow up. However, I think the most important lesson you've learned, you've been taught, and you've had to repeat, was the fact that you were chosen for a purpose. Your existence was no mere accident or mistake because your Creator took the time to craft every little detail about you, from the curls and kinks at the top of your head to the toes on your feet. You are one of a kind, and so your impact will be unique to you. Continue to set goals and go after them. Continue to think highly of yourself and the things that you are capable of doing. And although you were chosen for a purpose, remember that you are not perfect. So you'll make mistakes. Things will go wrong, but keep pushing forward. In the words of Les Brown, practice does not make perfect. It makes improvement. So when life begins to challenge you and giving up is the easiest option for you, turn back to the task at hand and keep trying. Approach it from different perspectives and find the method that works best for you. For you can do all things through Christ, which strengthens you. Congratulations, class of 2022. Now let's hop back into today's proceedings. We will now have our profile of our patron, Mr. Carlisle Powell.
Mr. Carlisle Powell, you are an extraordinary individual and an awesome coach.
Coach Powell makes me a better athlete because sometimes when I feel like I can't do stuff, he encourages me to. He trained me. He said, keep on trying. and never give up. I won a silver medal at the inter-primary, and it's thanks to my coach, Powell.
I am Dr. Andrea Bissou. I am really happy that the parents chose Mr. Carlisle Powell to be the patron for our graduation. The dream of having a team participate in the inter-primary was always mine. The challenge, however, finding a coach. When he consented to be our coach, I was really elated. I know he has the expertise, but I subsequently discovered that he is fully committed, thoughtful, caring, and the best coach ever. We are ever grateful for the service given to Nevis Academy. We say thank you, Mr. Powell, for making my dream, our dream, a reality.
I am very excited that Coach Powell is going to be the patron. I am excited for him to be patron in graduation. I want to say congratulations for being a patron for the graduating class, and I also want to say thank you for all the hard work you put in and support you gave us.
Now, I must admit, a few years back when I was actually at the Nevis Academy, Dr. B told me that not only were we going to enter into primary, but that she was going to pair me with Coach Powell. And I'm not going to lie, I love you now, but I was scared out of my mind then. Because here we have a sports vet coming in, and I have to work with him. And I thought he was just going to come in and tell me what to do, tell all the students what to do, and we were not going to like him at all. But if it's one thing I can say about our coach, he allowed us to show him what we thought we were capable of, and then he pushed us some more. And he encouraged us every step of the way. So what we thought was our best, in training with him, we realized that wasn't close to what we were capable of. And to have a coach that brings the best out of you, that forces you to want to bring the best out of you, the parents, you guys could not have picked a better patron for today's proceedings. So Mr. Powell, congratulations, and on behalf of everyone in here, your past students, your past athletes, we say thank you. And now we will move on to hear from our gracious principal, Dr. Andrea Bissou, for her principal's remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Let me adopt the protocol that was so ably established by our chairperson, and welcome to everyone. This afternoon, I want to deviate from the norm and begin by thanking everyone who has supported Nevis Academy over the years, and particularly this year. So guess what? I'm doing the vote of thanks now at the beginning. But you should not be surprised, because if you really know me, you know I create my own box. Nevis Academy has been buzzing with activity throughout the year, and it is successful due to the generosity of many persons. First, I want to thank God, because it is only God who can protect you during a pandemic, and you don't even get the sniffles and the sneezing. God has been good to Nevis Academy, and God has been really good to me. When I think of all the hugs I get every day, the tears that I wipe, and my interaction with students who supposedly have something that I can catch, I think it is a blessing that for the past 2 years, I have not been out sick. Isn't that a blessing? God has protected me better than any vaccine can, and I will never be afraid to thank him. Let me say thanks to the staff at the Department of Education, Miss Zanella Claxton, and Mr. Barrett, and the clerical staff, Thelma and Shazi, for their continuous support throughout the year. I appreciate your efforts of inclusion. Thank you. And to the bus drivers, I know they may not be here, but Nevis Academy loves Mr. Dudley and Mr. Nisbet. Thanks for their patience and understanding. I think these guys are the coolest bus drivers. Now, today is a little different. I invited some past teachers to join us in our walk because they taught some other children at some point in time, whether it was in grade 1. And so we have Miss Blidgen and Miss Ford joining us today. We want to say thank you to them. So often we forget the people who help us on our journey. We only remember the present, we don't remember the past. I want to thank my supportive staff who yesterday got my office space looking like Santa's workshop as we got ready for graduation. The truth is, it happens every time there is an activity. We have a real division of labor at Nevis Academy based on talent. And so we have the editing staff, the ones like Parry. We have the financial staff like Miss Fraser, the administration like Miss Brooks, and we have the artistic staff that includes Stanley and Small and Passard and Morton. And then we have the men bringing up the rear. Nevis Academy is what it is, not because I am a great principal, and I am, but because my staff is also great. Get that. Principals need to understand the importance of staff working together because you cannot do it alone. And that is why when they have a crazy boss who doesn't sleep at night, and some of them think that I need a husband to make me sleep and relax, that may work for a moment, but he will be sleeping and my brain will be working. So that's not solving anything. All hands are usually on deck. And I am so grateful for each one of them. So let me have you give them a round of applause for all the work they have done throughout this year. Thanks to the parents who supported us in all of our activities. Every month, it seems we have activities, but I want to highlight one activity that I must really thank you parents for. Last year, we raised over $15,000 to support breast cancer. So far, we have assisted 3 persons in providing monies for traveling. And let me thank all the students for their hard work in helping us to raise so much money. But let me say a big thank you to grade 1 for raising the most funds. And to Jelly France for raising the most funds in that class. Give him a hand, please. Now, I promised them a pizza party, but every time I want to do the pizza party, somebody is out with the sniffles. And I don't want to have the party. I want everyone to be there. So I still owe you the party, Jelly. I have not forgotten. Thanks to all my invited guests for taking the time to relax and enjoy our company this afternoon. We do appreciate you showing up. I discovered earlier in the school year that the Deputy Governor General, yes, that she is sister to Nurse Ward. I never knew that. But what I do know, after visiting her with our girls on International Day of the Girl Child, we shared that her sister was the one who delivered me. So that's an interesting fact. And so we're happy that you are here. I want to say thank you to Andy at FedEx, who personally delivered our overdue graduation package yesterday. I have never been so excited to see a FedEx delivery man. As my teacher, Miss Stanley, said yesterday, real heroes don't only wear capes, they wear FedEx uniform. Thanks to Miss Javelicia Claxton for coming to my assistance in decorating the auditorium today, and to the parents for doing the outside. Thanks to our broker, Mr. Oriel Hanley, such a patient, on-time, dependable, and reliable broker. And to all the donors who are listed in the program, and I want you to give me a minute to call their names, because we take more than a minute asking them for their money, and they're very generous. Myra Paris, TDC Limited, Marvin Powell, Lucia Wilkinson, Carlisle Powell, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, the Angelica M. Elliott School of Languages, Laurie Lawrence Award, Cleve Pemberton, Nicole Lawrence, Sienna Henville, Nevis Springwater, Ketania Bligen, Nevis Cooperative Credit Union, Mackie France, Vertily Perkins, and Dr. and Mrs. Katwala. Let's give them a hand, please. Your children are going home today a little richer because of these people. I want to also thank Clive Hendrickson of MSR Media. Thank you, Clive. You did not disappoint me. I really appreciate you. To Miss Angela Hemville, my stabilizing force, way in the back, thank you. You are such an encourager. And to Sean, we surely miss his presence, sorting us out at Nevis Academy, but may God go with him as he flies those friendly skies for DHL. To my chairperson, my ever-supportive Miss Longford, who despite the fact that she now lives in the US, accepted this role in March without a hint of resistance, thank you. Guess what? We killed two birds with the same stone. If you know, you know. To the sports department for providing us with sport officers, thank you. Now, you all know how I feel about Mr. Powell. Thank you, sir, for your invaluable contribution to the development of sports at Nevis Academy. The story has been told. Nevis Academy is his favorite school, and he is our all-time favorite coach. Case closed. He markets our school every opportunity he gets. My gratitude also to Devontae Brown, Mandel George, and Taina Walters. Thank you for being such a great coaching team. And Miss Parry for leading in our in-house sports team. Throughout the year, feel free to clap. Throughout the year, I have had some parents who I can call on as soon as I have a problem or a need, and they do not hesitate to help. One such parent is Wayne Solomon. He comes every time to put up our fencing, to do our plumbing, to our toilets, and we are so appreciative of Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you to Nevis Springwater, Gary and Serena Wade, for always supplying us with water every 2 weeks, every month. Dr. Kumar for providing school supplies. And I must tell you that last night I was working on this presentation, and about 15 minutes after I wrote the presentation and closed my iPad, I got a text bearing very bad news. In my speech, I said, thank you to Mr. Stuart Jeffers for always saying yes to my requests. When I wrote that, I had no idea that he would have passed. And so I want to express my gratitude to his family and my condolences on behalf of Nevis Academy. You see, you should always say thanks to people. I teach my children this every day. And I totally got disoriented after hearing the news. Mr. Jeffers was one person, whether we needed ice, no matter what we needed, when we asked him, he gave. He has left a legacy of giving, and we are so grateful for his contribution to Nevis Academy. Give him a round of applause, please. Thank you to all the participants in this afternoon's ceremony. My little babies, who are so full of confidence, are going to say their little thing. Please cheer them on. And let me just say, Xavier Mills came to me and asked if he could do the national anthem. I quickly said, yes. You know what? And I said, Xavier, I'm going to have to audition you. And then I thought, Xavier has never in his life volunteered for anything. And for him to volunteer to do the national anthem in front of an audience, he must be commended for that. So I want you to give him a round of applause. When I told his mother she wants to know what magic I'm working on Xavier, because Xavier always stays in the back. But today he was front and center. Thank you, Xavier. And so let me get to the reason why we're here and close up. My babies are leaving the warm, supportive nest of Nevis Academy. They have been taught not only in academics, but how to survive in sometimes hostile world. I am going to miss you. Yes, Asia, coming in my office asking for napkin every day. I'm going to miss her about 5 times a day. Janelia, Ericia, all of you. Corey, coming into my office for me to help him peel a banana. I was like, what will happen when you get older? Are you going to come back for me to peel a banana for you? He said the banana top is too hard to peel. So we are going to have to get him ready for his wife, peeling a banana. My son, if I was to say my son stand, everybody knows who will stand. He's obedient. If you know, you know. Lance Neal tested my resolve as a principal. Oh boy, did he cry a lot. And one day I said to him, Lance, if you continue to cry, you're not going to get any girlfriends. And he cried and he cried and he cried. But I want to tell you, fast forward, I'm going to have Lance start crying again because he has too many girlfriends after he stopped crying. And so when he goes to high school, I'm going to be checking in on my son. Whenever I go to the door and I say, my son, he stands up. Because we have that connection, I have had to mold him and send him home to his mother sometimes when I could not manage him. But he is so sweet and charming. Imagine when you have patience with your children, what they grow up to become. And all these teachers can testify that Lance Neal is the most improved student at Nevis Academy. I'm going to get to all of them later. I love each one of you. We have spent 3 wonderful years as principal, and I know what makes you tick. I know that a Jarian loves gadgets. You are awesome. You are chosen, and you are chosen for a purpose. Never forget that. Yesterday, they did their final walk to devotion. The teachers were lined up against the wall, and as I called their names, they walked the halls and greeted all their teachers and told them, thank you. You see, parents, I want to change the culture of Nevis from being a thankless culture to a thankful culture. Too many times, we don't stop to say thank you. Too many times, we stop to criticize, and we don't say thank you. Morning, noon, and night, I talk about the need for us as a society to show gratitude. Learn to say thank you. You ever wondered why I can raise so much money? Because I appreciate people for what they give. And I let them know. So when I go back again, they say, oh, they don't say not you again, they give me more money. As you leave for high school, let your light shine. Shine the light on Nevis Academy. Represent us and represent us well. You are free to come back, to share, and to help. The doors are open for you. You don't have to stay outside the gate and peep in. Just come on in. Past students have done that. They have come right in for me to see what they look like in their uniform. May God go with you. Don't be afraid. I know some of you told me that you were afraid to go to high school. Don't be afraid. Go with God. He will cover you like no other. Better than your parents will. Trust me on that. Class of 2022, I will be back, but remember to go with God. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. B. Grade 6, or, well, now graduating class. I hope you held on to some of those words. Yes, Aja, hi. I hope you heard Ms. Busu. We will now have a musical item by Diamond and Adrena. Please give them a round of applause.
a storm. Sometimes I'm hiding away from the madness around me, like a child who's afraid of the dark. But when I call on Jesus, all things are possible. I can mount on wings like eagles and soar. When I call on Jesus, mountains are gonna fall. Him of heaven and earth to come rescue me when I fall. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. Weary brother, broken daughter, widowed lover, you're not alone. If you're tired and scared of the madness around you, if you can't find the strength to carry on, but when you call on Jesus, all things are possible. You can mount on wings like eagles and soar. When you call on Jesus, mountains are gonna fall. Him of heaven and earth to come rescue you. Call him in the morning, in the afternoon time, late in the evening, he'll be there. When your heart is broken and you feel discouraged, you can just remember that he's there. He'll be there. When I call on Jesus, all things are possible. I can mount the wings like eagles and soar. When I call on Jesus, mountains are gonna fall. Him of heaven and earth to come rescue. When I call on Jesus, all things are possible. I can mount the wings like eagles and soar. When I call on Jesus, mountains are gonna fall. Him of heaven and earth to come rescue me when I fall. La la la, la la la, la la
I know I'm not the only one, but they almost made me want to take off my shoes and start praise and worship in here. So can we just give them another round of applause, please? Well done, girls. Y'all sang from your soul today. All right, for our next item, I thought this was one of the most brilliant ideas to come out of Dr. Busu's mind. And if any of you know how Miss Busu's brain works, a lot of brilliant things just falls out, accidentally and on purpose. And so for our next item, we're gonna have little people, as in the younger students from the school, presenting big advice to our graduates as they move on to high school. So let's please welcome our kindergarten class, Lanira and Lenira.
Hello, graduates. We are in kindergarten, but here is a piece of good advice. When you go to high school, watch out for traffic, hold hands and stick together.
Thank you, ladies. Great advice. Okay. On to our next item. Today's featured speaker, although we know her as the assistant manager of service and supply at one of our famed banks, she is no stranger to the Nevis Academy. She's, in fact, a past parent of the school and a continued welcome visitor. Her visits are usually accompanied by words of advice and wisdom as a mentor to our students. Along with her husband, Mr. Laurie Lawrence, our speaker has often left our students on the edge of their seats, bright-eyed and filled with questions. So it is an absolute treat to have her address us today. Please open your ears and your hearts and listen to her words of wisdom. It is my absolute pleasure to present to you our featured speaker, Mrs. Nicole Lawrence.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Please allow me to adopt the protocol that was so ably established, except to say a warm good afternoon to the headmistress, staff, students, and the 2022 graduating class of the Nevis Academy. I must express my profound gratitude of being afforded this opportunity to address you this afternoon. The theme, chosen for a purpose, is not only timely, but supports the fact that the 2022 graduating class of the Nevis Academy are future leaders and will be critical to the future success of Nevis. Chosen means that you have been selected as the best or most appropriate. You are a chosen generation, called to demonstrate God's excellence. This means that being chosen is not to be taken lightly, but underscores the accountability you will have for yourself, your communities, and the country as a whole. To be chosen also comes with the great responsibility to work consistently doing your best. I am encouraging you to do your best, to run your own race, and be satisfied that you are doing your best. You are all unique. God has given you different talents and abilities, but you have all been equipped to do well and operate in excellence. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. I want to emphasize that being chosen requires you to accept that God only makes originals. You should never think of yourselves as a copy. I know this may be difficult, especially in a world where young people are struggling to fit in. But being chosen requires you to stand up and stand out. Stand up and stand out for positive things. And then being chosen reminds you to remember whose you are. Firstly, you are God's creation. There's greatness inside of you. Secondly, you reflect your parents and family. And thirdly, you are a proud graduate of the Nevis Academy. Parents, you are the caretakers of your children, and your job is to continuously guide them to make them become responsible adults to fulfill their purpose. Graduates, today, you will make a choice. You will choose how you will fulfill your purpose. My focus this afternoon is to help you build on the foundation that you have already started with your parents and teachers. I will use the word steps as my illustration for my presentation today. As you go through high school, and dare I might say life, you will make many steps. In fact, just like the smartphones and watches now have apps that help you count your steps, so too I want you to watch your steps. The first letter in the word steps is the S. The letter S is the beginning of some of the most important words that you have to watch and guard like $1 million. Words like self-respect, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-control, self-worth, self-talk. You should be careful you are only doing positive things and engaging in positive behaviors to help yourself. Always be conscious of that 4-letter word, self, because if you harm or destroy yourself, it is very difficult to repair. However, yourself has a bigger responsibility, and that is your impact on others. Chosen people think about their impact on others. Listen to me carefully. I did not say chosen people focus on others. I said chosen people are concerned about their impact on others. Chosen people are always kind. Chosen people have respect for others. Chosen people are considerate of others. Graduates, you should be thinking about the sacrifices being made by your families and parents, ensuring that you have a place to live, food to eat, clothes to wear, ensuring that you get a good education, nice things that many people take for granted. Chosen children will do their schoolwork and their assigned tasks with excellence to ensure that they make themselves, their families, and their teachers proud. Chosen people are concerned. They are always showing their best selves. The next letter in the word steps is T. And this T is an important word, timetable. It is important for you to have a personal timetable. This timetable helps you to focus on your dreams and your goals. You should set a timetable for your life. And in the middle of it, you should write the theme of your 2022 graduation, chosen for a purpose. Your personal timetable should reflect your vision for your life and should be in a place where you can see it daily. Write the vision and make it clear. Habakkuk 2:2. Your timetable is your vision board. It's the board that you write all the things that you want to accomplish in life. But remember, life is about balance. This timetable should have study time, play time, pray time, and should include your decision to be one of the 25 most remarkable teens. It should help you to engage in activities that are positive, those activities that you volunteer for in your school and your community. Graduates, when you go to high school and your classmates want you to do things that are not fulfilling your purpose, walk away and reflect on your personal timetable. Chosen people only engage in positive activities and experiences. Then we get to the letter E in the word steps. E is also the beginning of another important word, evaluate. You must evaluate yourself and your timetable periodically to see where you are, what you need to change, and what you need to improve. Just like the teacher will give you a test to check for your understanding or to assess where you are in the syllabus, so too you have to keep evaluating or checking yourself and your personal timetable. However, here is where the P comes in. P for patience. You should be patient with yourself. It is your life. It is your journey. And you must go through the process. You should run your own race. You ever notice that in a race, when an athlete is running and doing well, and he looks over in the other lane to check on the other athletes, he slows down, he loses momentum, he gets distracted? When you are running your own race, you can't afford to be distracted. You cannot afford to be distracted by others, putting pressure on yourselves. Because in so doing, you're going to lose focus. You don't know the full story of what's happening in the other lane. They are not in your lane. Focus on your lane. So parents, this is for you too. Don't ask your children how so-and-so is doing, except to wish them well. Focus on your own children. Help them to be themselves. Help them to run their own race. Don't have them looking at others and messing up their self-esteem. Remember the importance of self. Help your children to focus on themselves, their dreams and vision. You have to help your children work by their own standards. The race is not for the swift, but those who endure to the end. Parents, you have to create safe spaces for your children where they can share their opinions and talk to you about any issue. Parents, make a conscious effort to engage only in constructive criticism. The chosen generation is watching us, and our children will live what they learn. Be kind, be patient. And so I come to the last letter, another S. This S is the most important letter in the word steps. This is to sincerely thank. Expressing gratitude is not just about saying thanks or thank you, but it is about appreciating what God has done, what He is doing, and what He will continue to do. It's about appreciating the love, the sacrifices that you are making, the sacrifices that your family and parents are making. Appreciating the greatness in you. Each of you, graduates, have your own strength. Be sincerely thankful about your accomplishments. Chosen children, chosen graduates, today I want you to sincerely thank God, your parents and families, your teachers, and the Nevis Academy. If you need to compare to anyone, compare with your past self. If you need to impress anyone, impress your future self. And if you are to make anyone happy, be it your present self. So, in short, I would like to leave you with this message. Watch your steps. Watch yourself, your personal timetable, your evaluation, your patience, and the sincerity of your thank you. Thank you for listening.
And with a full speech such as that one, I don't think there's anything to elaborate on or to add. So I will move on to the next item, which is More Little People, More Big Advice, this time from Cesaria and Jaleh.
No, it's too heavy. It's too heavy. We may live in a world of instant messaging, instant gratification, and Instagram. But there is no way to short circuit the path to success.
Thank you, Cesaria and Jaleh. All right, now for the moment we've all been waiting for. We will now have the presentation of certificates and awards. And we'll call our patron on stage to assist with these proceedings. Thank you. This is all I have. This is all I have. Okay, so do you want to do this first and then that? Okay.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath. Scared to rock the boat and make
Okay, so we are gonna start in order. Graduates, when we call your name, please proceed to the stage. Okay. First up, we have Karif Davis. Not only will Karif be receiving the Most Helpful Award, but he will also be receiving that award from the Honorable Hazel Brandy, as well as her Leadership Award and the Nevis Spring Water Most Respectful Award.
And if you want to hear about a respectful child, Karif is it. Respectful and helpful.
Up next, we have Janelia Hammond. Today, Janelia will be receiving the Most Helpful Award, which is also from the Honorable Hazel Brandy.
Janelia is also very respectful and very caring. Those qualities go a very long way.
Up next, we have Romero Hanley. Romero will be receiving honors in social studies and French. He will also be receiving the AME School of Languages Award. perseverance in languages, math, and science. He will also be receiving the Laurie Lawrence Award in mathematics.
Romero is very polite, very athletic, asks a lot of questions. I hope that as he goes on to high school, the teachers there will be patient with his questioning.
Up next, Aja Hutton. Today, Aja will be receiving honors in French in the Nicole Lawrence Award in French and Spanish. She will be receiving the AME Most Improved in Languages Award, and she will also be receiving the Sienna Henville Most Improved Girl Award.
Asia is going to miss Nevis Academy. Trust me, she will. And we will miss her too. She loves being in our office.
Up next, Jemiah Huggins. Today, Jemiah will be receiving the Lucia Wilkin Award as well as the Julie Huggins Award.
Yes, Jemiah loves football. It doesn't matter if it's raining or if it's sunshine. He's the first to get the football. This way, Jemiah.
Up next, we have Nyan Jeffers. Today, Nyan will not only be receiving honors in social studies, but she will also be receiving the Catania Blidgen Award.
Nyan, our future marine biologist. Do you imagine that? Nyan, you dropped your stole.
Thank you, Mr. Blidgen.
Very insightful. Nyan, she's very insightful.
Up next, we have Niket Katwala. Today, Niket will be receiving the Katwala Award in Science for first place, the TDC Award in Science, the Mackey France Top Boy Award, the AME School of Languages Excellence in French and Spanish Award, and honors in literally all subjects: language, science, social studies, math, Spanish, and French.
Niket is our youngest student in grade 6. And he is a top boy.
Up next, Ajarian Matthew. Today, Ajarian will be receiving awards in health and wellness.
Ajarian, that way. Ajarian is having his own sweet walk.
This is his time, let him have it.
This is his time, let him have it. Ajarian, the innovator. And Ajarian is very, we have children at school that have disabilities, and Ajarian is very, very caring to those students. Thank you, Ajarian.
Up next, we have Kayla Mendoza. Mendonca, I'm sorry, Kayla. Kayla Mendonca. Today, Kayla will be receiving the Most Helpful Award, as well as the Honorable Hazel Brandy Leadership Award.
Kayla has been one of the most supportive persons of the Garden Project. Kayla loves farming. Kayla will never be out of food. Never. And she is very polite as well. Always smiling.
Up next, Lancelot Neal. Today, Lancelot will be receiving honors in Spanish and French. He will also be receiving the Nevis Cooperative Credit Union Most Improved Student Award. He will also be receiving the AME School of Languages Award and the Most Improved in French and Spanish Award.
Yes, that's my son, Lancelot Neal. Charming young man.
And one more, he will also be receiving the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams Award in Leadership. Next, we have Junior Prasad. Junior will be receiving honors in language, math, science, social studies, Spanish, and French. He will be receiving the AME School of Languages Perseverance Award, the Katwala Award in Science for 3rd place, the TDC Award in Leadership.
Junior, our future pilot. Always serious. Knows what he wants and goes for it.
Next, we have Janae Powell. In her absence, she will still be receiving honors in social studies, French and Spanish, as well as math. She will also be receiving the Helen Lewis Award in Sportsmanship, the Carlisle Powell Award in Sportsmanship, the AME School of Languages Perseverance Award in French and Spanish.
Yes, Jenny is one of a kind and really exhibits good sportsmanship.
Next, we have Prakruti Rastogi, affectionately known as Parry. Not only is she our valedictorian today, Parry receives honors in social studies, language, math, science, social studies, Spanish, and French. She will also be receiving the Bertily Perkins Award for Best Language, as well as the TDC Award in Math, the Cleve Pemberton Best in Social Studies Award, the Katwala Award in Science for 2nd place, Mackie France Top Girl Award, the Mackie France Valedictorian Award, and the AME Excellence in French and Spanish Award. Congratulations, Barry.
Harry is the youngest girl in grade 6. Very polite, very calm, knows what she wants. Congratulations, Parry, on being valedictorian.
Up next, Mr. Corey Tyson. Today, Corey will not only be receiving the Most Helpful Award, he'll also be receiving the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams Leadership Award and the Nevis Spring Water Most Respectful Award.
Corey is very respectful, very charming, and he's another one that are going to have to start crying so that the girls would leave him alone in high school.
And last but certainly not least, Eresia Wells. Today, Eresia will be receiving the Lucia Wilkinson Award and the Miara Paris Most Resilient Award.
Eresia is the most resilient child in grade 6, and I would say Nevis Academy. Having lost her mother at an early age, thanks to her supporting family, she has made it here. Her aunt Kimoy and all the others, her father, who never let a month go by without paying tuition. She has been supported But you know, it's very difficult when you would have lost your mother at a young age. So we are so happy for her today.
Can we give them all another round of applause? Congratulations, students. Thank you, Mr. Blijen. Thank you, Mr. Powell. Up next, we will have more little people, more big advice. This time, we'll be inviting Ziandra and Kaije to the stage. I'm sorry, as well as Elijah.
You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. We believe in you.
It's crazy how these kids are giving advice that we didn't even consider giving these students. So hopefully you guys are actually holding on to what they're saying. Up next, one of my favorite parts of every graduation, we will now welcome our valedictorian, an honor student, Prakruti Rastogi.
Good afternoon, principal, teachers, honored guests, fellow graduates, parents, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Prakruti Rastogi, and I am delighted this afternoon to stand before you as valedictorian of the class of 2022. To represent these brilliant, energetic, and quite capable bunch of students, my fellow graduates, we are happy today that we made it. Some of us began at kindergarten, and along the way, we picked up new students. It seems like only yesterday we entered Miss Fraser's kindergarten class. We were shy, nervous, and innocent, but Miss Fraser made sure we learned our lesson well. We had a good foundation, thanks Miss Fraser. Time flew swiftly, and soon we were promoted to Miss Ford's grade 1 class. We enjoyed her class. She made us work very hard. We were adequately prepared to go to Miss Perkins, our grade 2 teacher. Miss Perkins was firm but kind. Each year we went higher and higher, and each teacher was a bit different in personality, but they all meant that we should learn our lessons and not only focus on play. Miss Parry, our 3rd grade teacher, taught us valuable lessons. Miss Parry took being strict to another level. However, we experienced a joy of many field trips with her. On the 4th grade leg of our journey, Miss Blidgen engaged us in a lot of fun activities. Sometimes we had classes under the tree. That was a lot of fun. This fun was cut short when Mr. COVID came on the scene. That changed everything. School was now online, and we looked forward to weekly visits to Miss Blidgen's house for classes. That too was fun. As many of you know, our principal, Dr. Andrea Bosu, is a very innovative and creative person. So when we got to grade 5, our next rung of ladder, Dr. Bosu changed things up a bit. Instead of having one teacher, we had subject teachers. Our teachers included Miss Smith, Miss Longford, Miss Hamilton, Mr. Blidgen, and Miss Elliott. She felt we needed to prepare for high school and adjust to different teachers and teaching styles. And now we are in our last year of school in Nevis Academy. We have Mr. Blidgen, our homeroom teacher, along with Miss Morton, Miss Elliott, and Mr. George, who have prepared us all very well to enter high school and face new challenges. A special thanks to Miss Brooks for being there when we needed her. I am also taking this opportunity to thank the special people who have made my achievements possible. I might not be able to mention all of you by name, but know that I am very grateful to everyone who put me on this stage today. Every kid is unique, amazing, and fun in their own way. Let's see how amazing my classmates were in class. Carrie Davis, the school farmer, was always willing to help out in the school garden, even when most of the other students went home. Romero Hanley, the one who always keeps the class entertained in the Edmodo comments section whenever Mr. Blidgen posted there. Posting funny comments and funny memes. Jemiah Huggins, usually so engaged in his playful activities that almost every lunch break, Mr. Blidgen has to stop him from running through the classroom with his friends. Nikit Katwala, the one is always curious to know his grades within minutes of submitting his papers, even before the test has ended. Ajarian Matthew, usually always unaware that the tapping, knocking, or flickering of his pen is disturbing his classmates. Lancelot Neal never seems to be able to stand still during devotions, always rocking from one leg to the other. Junior Prasad, the student who wants to finish his homework at school so that he can play his video games instead of doing the homework. Corey Tyson was always very quick to come on the board to solve a question, even when he has no idea of what he is doing. Janelia Hammond always agrees to what Mr. Blidgen says in her Jamaican accent. Aja Hutton, whenever she is protesting about something, she always stomps her foot on the ground. Nyan Jeffers usually hides and uses her device, thinking that Mr. Blidgen is not aware of it and is usually surprised that Mr. Blidgen knows she was using it. Kayla Mendonca, always calling Mr. Blidgen Doc to Ajarian, and Mr. Blidgen always tells them that it seems they like each other. Jenny Powell, always trying to be a lawyer in a playful way to counter any argument Mr. Blidgen says. Aricia Wells always tries to avoid being called upon by Mr. Blidgen to come on the board to answer a question on it. On behalf of all the graduates, I want to say thank you to all the teachers for their dedication, patience, love, and commitment to teaching us. We were not always the easy bunch. We had days when we argued, fussed, and fought. But in the end, we were back together again as though nothing happened. These are the memories we are always going to cherish. Thank you to our former principal, Miss Lucia Wilkinson, for the role she played in molding us into the responsible students. Thank you, Miss Basu, our current principal, for gently guiding us, disciplining us, and teaching us to give back to our community. Thank you, Miss Basu, for loving each and every one of us. We are grateful to you. We are here today because of the love that has been poured upon us, not only from the teachers and principal, but also of our parents. Thank you, parents, for the sacrifices you have made. You gave us the best education we could have at Nevis Academy. I want to thank my parents, Dr. Neeraj Kumar and Miss Sarika Rastogi, for pouring their love into me. I wanted to make you proud, and I am sure that you are very proud of me today, graduating as valedictorian of the class of 2022. I love you so much. Fellow graduates, we cannot forget to thank His Almighty God for protecting us during our entire lives, but especially during the last 2 years of our primary school education. We survived COVID-19. We survived online classes and uncertain times, and I know that we will survive and conquer any difficulty we will face in life. As we go our separate ways in high schools, let us all remember our theme. We are chosen for a purpose. Let us live that purpose, fulfill that purpose. May His Almighty God shower His blessings on all of us. Thank you.
Give her another round of applause, please. Harry, that was very well said, even though I'm pretty sure some of your classmates were probably scared in their seats as to what you would say about them. Are you guys okay? Everyone's breathing? Okay. Next, we will be moving on to another presentation by little people giving big advice. This time, we'll be inviting Yunelia and Isaiah.
This is our advice to you. Be humble. Humility is a strong foundation to all virtues.
Be wise. A wise man hears one word and understands two.
All right, thank you, Isaiah and Yunelia. Up next, we will have a presentation by the parents. And to not butcher your last name, I'll just say by Miss Sharon G. Please welcome her to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please allow me to adopt the protocol established, but allow me to say a very special good evening to all teachers of Nevis Academy who have adopted our children for the past 7 years. We have waited for this special day, and to say today we are very happy is an understatement. Have to turn around and say thank you again. Thank you. There's one other person I would like to say a special thanks you to, and he has supported Karif all his life. Mr. Mustafa Abdullah. We love you and appreciate you. Graduates, we are so proud of each and every one of you. I've known many of you for a number of years, and I have grown to love each one of you like my own. Congratulations on this tour, second milestone, and my wish is that you continue to focus and do well as you continue your education. Teachers, on behalf of the parents of graduating class of 2022, we would like to extend our deepest appreciation to you for taking such good care of our babies, now teenagers. You have all done your part in shaping their lives into what they are today. We cannot even begin to sum up the appreciation we have for you for molding our children into the smart, awesome, talented, witty, enthusiastic being they are today. To the principal, Dr. Busso, we love and appreciate you. You have done an awesome job in preparing them for this milestone. Their lives are much richer because of you. And I must say how creative, brilliant, and classy you are. I'll add that. Mrs. Brooks, you are one in a million. We cannot even begin to say thanks. You have been very special to my grandson, and thank you just cannot do justice. If I start to talk about our appreciation for all of you, we won't end this evening. So let me just say that all us parents love and appreciate you greatly. Let me do something. Okay. We wish we could give you the world. However, for now, we will have a settle for a monetary contribution to go towards the essential needs of the school. Something you can look at and remember the class of 2022. Once again, thanks for everything. Nevis Academy is indeed blessed to have all of you. We love you all. Thanks, thanks, thanks. Mrs. Busso. Dr. Bussell, can you step on the platform? To all the parents, we appreciate you, and this is a token for the school.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gohagen. Up next, we will have our graduates' response by the class of 2022.
Life is like a big merry-go-round. the crowd. We all make mistakes. You might fall on your face, but you gotta get up. Yeah. I'd rather stand tall than live on one knees, 'cause I am a conqueror, and I wanna set you free. Try telling me no. One thing about me is I am a conqueror. I am a conqueror. Oh. Got a vision that no one else sees. Lot of dirty work, roll up your sleeves. Remember there's a war out there, so come prepared to fight. You never know where the road leads you. Not everyone's gonna believe you. And even though they're wrong, don't prove it right. I'd rather stand tall than live on one knees, 'cause I am a conqueror, and I wanna set you free. Try telling me no. One thing about me is I am a conqueror. I am a conqueror. We all make mistakes. You might fall on your face, but you gotta get up. We all make mistakes. You might fall on your face. Don't ever give up. I'd rather stand tall than live on one knees, 'cause I am a conqueror. And I set you free. Try telling me no. Try telling me no. One thing about me, one thing about me is I am a conqueror. I am a conqueror. I am a We all make mistakes. You might fall on your face, but I am a
Can we give them another round of applause, please? Well done, graduates. And hopefully all the words you just said on stage, from your I am chosen oath to your song, hopefully those words sink in at some point and you'll realize that it all ties in to all of the advice that you received this afternoon. All right, so whenever things start to get rough, whenever things start to look impossible, remember that you are a conqueror and you were chosen on purpose. Okay. Up next, we will have another presentation by little people giving big advice. And this time, we'll be welcoming Bliana and Zuri.
Appreciate the little things. Don't forget to say words such as thank you to the individuals that have helped you succeed along the way. Always be grateful.
Thank you, Bliana and Zuri. Up next, we're nearing the end of our proceedings here today. So up next, we will have a presentation by Lancelot Neal and Corey Tyson. Let's welcome them to the stage, please.
Who go first? Yes, you go first. No. Yes. No. Go first. I have 4 more. Oh, my heart. Bro, I'm gonna have to put this in my hand, bro. I got like 5 in my hand, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God, help me. Help me. Hold the book. Miss Longford. Miss Busu told me to call you.
Miss Busa, why is Lance calling me?
I'm supposed to give you this. Thank you, Lance. Is that it? Yeah, I'm so, on behalf of the graduating class of 2022, we want to thank you for taking the time to be the chairman for our graduation. It is so good to see you again. Thank you for making our graduation a memorable one. The class of 2022 loves you. Please accept this bouquet of flowers on our behalf.
Excuse me, Miss Lawrence, can you come up here, please? On behalf of the graduating class of 2022, we want to thank you for being our featured speaker. We will definitely heed your words. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Feel free to check in on us to ensure we are on the right track. Thank you for making our graduation a memorable one. Please accept this bouquet of flowers on our behalf. I was nervous.
We will also now be inviting Aja Hutton to conclude this presentation.
Hi, Mr. Power, can you please come up here? Mr. Powell, on behalf of the graduation students and all of us at Nevis Academy, we want to say thank you. We are really happy that you are our patron. You have served us well. We will miss training with you, and I know you will miss us too. Please accept this PALC on behalf of all of us at Nevis Academy. We love you.
It's funny to me how those three students always have so much to say. You put them in front of a crowd and they clam up. Thank you guys so much. I know the three of us appreciate your award and your presentation. Thank you. All right. As I said before, we're nearing the end. So for our last presentation of Little People, Big Advice, we will be welcoming Kejane and Dwije.
Develop good time management habits early on. Your workload will only increase with time, and so will your responsibilities. Be ready when they do.
All right, before we have our graduation charge, I would just like to personally thank Ms. Busu for demanding that I come back to do this. Yes, it wasn't a request, but I'm always grateful to come back to my babies at Nevis Academy. I want to thank all of you for showing up for the graduates and for being continued supporters of them all. Thank you for being patient with us this afternoon through technical difficulties, but we're still on time. We're still good. So, for the last thing on our agenda today, we will have our graduation charge by Dr. Andrea Busu, Principal of Nevis Academy.
Before we do the graduation charge, I just have one presentation to make. This evening, we want to recognize the service of Miss Julie Huggins, who have given long hours of custodial service to Nevis Academy. She had to put up with a lot of mess, figuratively and literally. Thank you, Julie, for your service at Nevis Academy. So Julie, can you come forward, please? I know that she doesn't like to obey, but she's on YouTube, so she better obey. And doesn't she look lovely today? I could not even recognize her when she came in. I was like, Julie, that's you? Yes, that's Julie. Julie, I came and I met you. So under my tutelage, you have given 3 years of service to us. And you were there before me. At Nevis Academy, I teach our children to appreciate everyone. And so we would like to give you this gift as a token of our appreciation for your service. You know, it's kind of amazing that I have done so much school, and trust me, I always get confused when it comes to the tassel turning. Graduates, you may stand. Stand tall, turn to me. Stand tall, front and center. Okay, now you have been given your graduation certificates, and you are now official graduates of Nevis Academy. I want you to take your tassel, somebody may tell me I may be wrong, and turn it from right to left. Left to right? Left to right. My tassel is on my left. Okay. All right. Right to left? Left to right? You are now officially graduates of Nevis Academy. Listen to me. Teachers, please get them those candles. You are special, each one of you. You are my princesses, Janelia and okay, pay attention this way. Don't let those candles distract you. You are my princesses and princes. You are now going to be alumni of Nevis Academy. We expect you to go forth and don't ever forget where you're from. Shine a light on Nevis Academy. I should have no principal reporting to me that my children got into a fight at Gingerland, Charlestown, or Nevis International. Represent us, Janelia, and represent us well. Represent us, Nayan, Asia, Romero, Karif, Jamaya, Niket, Lance, Corey, Ericia, Parry, Junior, Nayan, Ajarian, and Janae. Kayla, oh Lord, I missing you. Kayla, where are you? Okay, Kayla, and Janae. Always be respectful. Always lead the way. You were taught to be leaders and not followers. So always lead. And when you go to your high schools, teach them how to give back to community. That's why we teach you that there, so that you can teach them there. The education department is well represented today, so they know where we are coming from. Go forth. Do the right thing.
In every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes his home. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world.
They were supposed to come back in, but they look like they're stuck.
Go light your world. Frustrated brother, see how he's trying to light his own candle some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the lonely, the tired and worn. Hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle.
Grade 6, what are you supposed to do with your candle?
Take your candle and go light your world.
Thank you to everyone for joining us this afternoon in our graduation ceremonies.
Whose hearts are blazing.
May you have a wonderful
So
summer.
let's raise our candles and light up the sky, praying to our Father in the name of Jesus. Make us a beacon in darkest times. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, deceive and poor. Hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn. Hold out your candle for all to see. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world.